Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and everyone around the world. My name is Jarvis Darlington Pashi, and I am a team facilitator for Nature's Place Ghana Limited, which is a team organization as well. So, basically, what we'll be doing today is object detection through the Bootcamp Steampedia is currently organizer. And what we'll be doing is focus on how we went about able to come up with this code in order for us to be able to detect the objects in our backdrops. First of all, we started by launching our Pictoblox. After we launched our Pictoblox, we came to extensions to be able to get an extension called object detection. When we clicked on the object detection, we had to wait for some few minutes for it to be able to load in order for us to be able to have our blocks for the object detection. Okay, so after that, when we were done, we went to sprites in order to be able to get the square box that we used for our sprites. Yeah. So when we have the sprite, we clicked on it and went back, and we had to choose our backdrop. But here is the case of this backdrop is not associated or is not on this platform, so we had to download it online in order to be able to use this backdrop for us to be able to detect the objects in this backdrop. So as a downloaded image, when we clicked on our backdrop, we went up to be able to upload our backdrop. After uploading our backdrop, now after uploading our backdrop, we came back onto our sprites to be able to make sure that all the codes that will be written is actually for the sprites that we are currently working on. So with the explanation of the sprites, when the green flag is clicked, it helps us to be able to run our code. So in order to be able to get when the green flag is clicked, we went to events at the block space in order to be able to click and drag on the events. Then we came to the extensions that we added, the object detection extension that we added to be able to get the analyze our image from the start, which is analyze image from camera. So after selecting analyze image from camera, we chose or we selected our stage, whereby we clicked and dragged on it and added it to it. And at the same object detection blocks, we were able to click and drag on the show bounding box, whereby we changed the show to hide. That's where we were able to get the three codes for the moment. After that, we had to create a new variable. Whereby in order to be able to create a variable, we went to variables and clicked on make a variable. So after clicking on make a variable, we typed object in order to create a variable object for our code and to be able to get multiple object variables and multiple object blocks in order, variable blocks in order for us to be able to use it for our code. So, sorry, when we are done, we came to control in order to be able to have a repetitive block which makes our code to repeat until a certain given time. Then we went to operators. So most of these operators in this kind of shapes normally are for mathematical purposes and in terms of logical reasoning as well. So we selected uh, we selected one of our operators which comes with the equal to and changed the figure and deleted the figure and inserted it into a repeat block. After we inserted it into a repeat block, we went to our object detection. We went to our object detection blocks in order to be able to get the number of objects that we are seeking for in order for us to identify Then we created it to a new variable that we created, which was objects. After we were done with that, we came back to, we were still at same, we were still as variables, whereby we had to click and drag on change variable. So with the change variable by one, we had to select our object in order to change our object by one anytime that's in terms of moving our object from one object to the other to be able to identify each and every object in our image or our video any place that we are. Good. So from there, we went to loops. So mostly loops are normally used to be able to design, or let us say, to be able to design beautiful things in order to be able to suit each and every code that we write. So it's more like a CSS of our web developers. Good. So we have to set the size of our web of objects. So we selected set size. We have to scroll down in order to get that which is set color, which sorry, set size by 200%. We selected our set size 200%. Then we went to objects in order to be able to get our objects, which we selected the web. We selected the web in order to be able to get the object detection for the web of objects that we are seeking for. After that, we went to variables and clicked and dragged on the variable in order to be able to have uh, the web of object that we are currently looking for. In order, when we set our size, we can be able to have a flexible size of objects. Based on the flexible size of objects that we do have, we can be able to capture and identify every object within our image or any background that we do have. Good. So say for that we set a size to an X position, then we set another size to a Y position in order to be able to identify each and every object in every corner of our background. Then from there we have to say the class of objects it is, whether it is a person, it is a bag, it is a track, it is an animal. We have to set a class of objects to be able to identify and see the kind of objects that we are currently identifying. So basically, that is the explanation for our code. If you do have any questions, kindly feel free to drop them in the comment section. We'll kindly have some time to be able to reply all our questions and make sure that everything makes much more sense and be much more clearer if you do need any clarification. Thank you very much for joining this call.